was it? It was something about obstacles and clouds. And, I don't know. There's a song I used to know by heart. Every word, every note, gone. Only fragments remain. Not because I didn't love it, and not because I'm old, but rather because I stopped singing it as the years slipped by. It makes me wonder, what else are we forgetting? We all have challenges in this life. Some are thrust upon us, sudden storms, unexpected turns. Others we choose. But there's a third kind of challenge, the one we let slide by because it feels too difficult to conquer. I've seen it in my own life. Things I no longer do, things I no longer even think about. If I tried some of those things today, I'd probably fail, not for lack of heart, but because I've lost that skill I once kept sharp every day. It's like an old song. 50 years ago, I could recite the lines without effort, as I had heard it and sang along with it often. Today, I'm searching. I'm waiting for a prompt to trigger the right line, the lyrics. In medicine, they call it atrophy. If you lie in bed for too long recovering from an injury, your muscles begin to waste away. They forget their purpose because they aren't being asked to perform. Our ancestors were hunter-gatherers. Every day was a master class in survival. They didn't just do things, they had to do them. But look at us now. In our modern times, convenience is the currency of the realm. The more convenient things become, the more skills we shed like old skin. We're forgetting how to do for ourselves, and I fear we're forgetting how to think for ourselves, too. It makes me wonder, is this where we're headed? Curiosity used to be a journey. You had a question, and you had to go through the thought effort, the process to find the answer. You had to observe, to test, to ponder. Now we ask a machine and expect an instant answer. We've sidestepped the mechanics of thinking. The thinking muscles no longer flex as often as they once did. Our neural pathways collect dust and rust till they no longer fire, left in a brain fog full of noise. As AI becomes more prevalent, as robotics merge with this artificial intelligence, I wonder how long before we lose the ability to experience a truly introspective moment. No one asked me if this was the world I wanted, but it's the one that's coming. We're slipping into an abyss where our mental and physical muscles are becoming weaker by the hour, simply because we've stopped using them. Use it or lose it. When we lose the ability to do something we once mastered, it doesn't just affect our hands, it affects our sense of self. It creates a quiet hesitation, a shrinking of our world. On the flip side, the act of reclaiming a skill, even something as simple as successfully boiling down that first gallon of sap, it provides a surge of dopamine and a can-do spirit that is the natural enemy of depression. It's not just about the muscle, it's about the mind. When we stop doing, we start doubting. That song I forgot, it made me feel smaller. It made me wonder what else was slipping away. When we lose our skills, our confidence erodes. We start saying no to life because we're afraid we can't handle the how. That's where the shadows of depression can start to creep in the gaps where our capability used to live. But there's a cure. Every time I struggle with this scythe and finally find the rhythm again, I'm not just clearing the garden, I'm clearing my head. Starting a fire from a single spark, the flames grow. Practicing these old skills and pushing myself to learn new ones is like turning the lights back on in a dark room.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way.
It reminds me that I'm still a participant in my own life, not just a spectator. That piece of peace we talk about, it's earned through the effort of being capable. Oh, and that old song I'd forgotten, its memory and title was sparked by a single word, and ironically, a quick search for the title, and there it was. How magically convenient technology is. It's a wonderful tool, but it's also a double-edged sword. We can't stop the world from changing, and we can't stop the technology that's coming, but we can choose where we place our effort. Every time I pick up a rake instead of a remote, or spend an hour watching the sap boil instead of watching a blue screen, I'm not just surviving, I'm keeping my spirit alive. We haven't lost our skills. They're just sleeping. And the best part, it only takes one spark, one small chore, or one quiet moment on the lake to wake them up again. So what do? We start by being aware. We look at where we've allowed ourselves to become soft. We need to stretch ourselves. Instead of taking the elevator, take the stairs. Instead of using a calculator to do simple math, do it in your head or on paper. Instead of asking AI a question, ask yourself or someone else first. Explore the question, ponder it. Think about the possible answers and the logical process at arriving at a particular answer. Plan your own ideas with your own thought effort first. Then, perhaps ask AI to help refine your thoughts, not to form your thoughts. Revisit a long-lost skill or hobby, or acquire a new one. You don't have to move to 40 acres in the wilderness to fight back against atrophy. You just have to choose the hard way every once in a while. If you want to see what that choice looks like in action, the real struggles and the quiet rewards, take a look at the video, Our Story. It's the story of why we left the convenience of the city to find our piece of peace out here. Here's the positive truth. Nothing is truly lost if the spark is still there. Every log I split, every tree we tap is a victory over that atrophy. It's a way of telling the world and ourselves that we're still here, still capable, and still thinking. Your skills aren't gone. They're just waiting for you to call them back. So go ahead, sing that old song. Pick up the tool you've put down. Reclaim your thought effort. The peace you find on the other side of that work, well, that's the greatest reward of all. That's all for this one. For Maureen, I'm Glenn. See you next time. Over and out, and take care.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone.